Barney, say hello to Haley. Hello, Haley Joe. Hello. My name is Barnita. Barney, I'm a boy. Oh, I love lovins. Okay, anyway. So, here's one of the problems. I think this is like number 2 on that sucker you were talking about. It says carbon-14 is an element which loses 1/10 of its mass every 871 years. The mass of a sample carbon-14 can be modeled by the function m, which depends on the 18. We measure that the initial mass of the sample carbon-14 is 960. Okay, so this initial mass, this marker is poop. Okay, this initial mass of 960 is the letter A. The fact that it loses, that's the change. You know, the change, as in the B. Woohoo! And then it says every 871 years. So when we write down our equation, we're definitely going to have 960 times 1/10. But we're not going to put T, just plain old T up in the air. Nor are we just going to put 871 up in the air. Since it tells us when it loses 1/10 of the mass, this is where we do that T divided by 871. Yeah. So when I go to type it in, first I type 960. Then I'm going to throw some parentheses in there. 1 divide sign 10. Then get out of the parentheses and press the A to the B thing, this weird exponent thing. So, and that puts me up in the air. And then, what the heck? And then now I'm going to put that T divide 870. Oh! Poop. Okay, my bad. So I'm up in the air, and now I'm going to type X over Y, that little button, and that makes a fraction up there. And then I'm going to put T and then 871 in the bottom. I'm guessing what you've been doing is you've just been putting 871 at the top instead of T over 871. Let's see if this is right. What the? Oh, it loses 1/10. Okay, my bad. Okay, I forgot to do that thing where I subtract. Oh, farts. Okay. If it loses 1/10, how much is left over? So, like, let's say we have a whole, like the number 1, and I subtract 1/10. Remember, this 1 is kind of like 10 over 10, because you can turn a 1 into any kind of 2 over 2, 3 over 3, 4 over 4, because that's a whole. So I just did 10 over 10 because the denominator is a 10. So 10 over 10 minus 1 over 10, and that makes 9 over 10. And again, I minused that 1 over 10 because it says we lose. So instead of that 1 over 10, let me put 9 over 10. Please be right. Yes! Okay, let's do another one. This one says blah, 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 blah. Every 12 weeks, the number of people receive the email increases by 99%. So let's see here. A whole, when you're talking about percent, is like 100%. That's like a whole. Yeah, okay. And then if we increase, we're going to plus. And it says increase by an additional 99%. So plus 99%. That makes 199%. But I can't type that in to my computer because I have to move the decimal and make it just a regular old decimal. So I take the decimal after the 9 and I move it twice to the left and I get 1.99. So that's what's going to go in my parentheses. And then it says something about initially sent the chain letter to 50 friends. So I'm going to put the 50 in front. And then it says something about every 12 weeks. So we're not going to put 12 in the air. We're not going to put T in the air. We're going to put T over 12. Let's see if that makes it. 50 parentheses 1.99. Press that little exponent button. Press that little fraction button. T on the top, 12 on the bottom. Check it. I'm a beast. Okay, let's see if the next one. The next one says blah, 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 factor of 8 over 9. So when it says factor, you just throw that fraction in. So let's see if we can do this. It says began the study, there were 27,000 blah, blah, blah. So let me put 27,000 blah, blah, blah. Parentheses, 8 over 9. Because that's the decay factor. Farts. Stop it. Okay. Then I got to get in the air. So I press that A to the B button. Then I got to press that fraction button. And let's see. It says decays by a factor of 8 over 9 every 4 months. So I'm going to put T over 4. Okay, so let's review. If it says the word factor of blah, 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 then you just put that number straight up in the parentheses. Yeah. But if it says decreases, shrinks, but it does not say that word factor, that's when you have to like subtract or add. So if it doesn't say that word factor, that's when you have to do the subtract or the add.